is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Clive Bull.
Very good evening to you. I'm Clive Bull here on LBC with you till 10. Coming up at 9, the Consumer Hour, and we're tackling your consumer rights. Your questions coming into the Consumer Hour at 9. First, though, travel bans, public vigilance, stopping radicalisation. What should Britain do to prevent terror attacks? 0345 6060 973. Yes, there are, we learned today, currently 500 live investigations into terrorism. In fact, 500 live investigations at any one time in the UK going on simultaneously. 13 plots have been foiled since 2013, and the police are stressing the importance of public assistance. So I thought I would ask in this hour, and it's not unrelated to what Nigel has been talking about in the last hour, travel bans, extreme vetting, public vigilance, stopping radicalisation. What is the best way to protect Britain from terror attacks? 0345 6060 973. Abbas in Redbridge. Hello, Abbas.
Hi there, good evening.
Evening.
Clive, ever since I was born, and I was a toddler, I remember hearing adults saying, people who were wise, saying that prevention is better than cure. So you prevent something from happening rather than clambering around looking for solutions afterwards. And I think study after study after study has come out to prove quite categorically that this is more of a geopolitical drive. These people are acting in relation to often foreign policies that we've had and are having at the moment. And it's nothing to do with religion. Very little to do with religion. Even though the Professor Robert Page said they might use religion as an excuse, but when you dig a little bit deeper, you realise that it's all geopolitical. It's all to do with our foreign policy. And I think the sooner we actually appreciate that and realise that, we'll actually tackle the problem head on and nip it in the bud before it even starts.
Well, I think most people do realise that it's related to foreign policy.
Well, it's not about...
But it is also related to religion. It's related to both of those things.
Well, the thing is this, Clive. Religion of Islam has been around for 1,400 years. This type of terrorism that we are seeing, even according to the most respected historians like Karen Armstrong, who writes extensively for the BBC about history, religious history in particular, and she also says this is a very, very recent thing. So therefore... It could not have been...
Well, it may well be recent.
...or propagated.
But it's being done in the name of a religion, isn't it?
Yes, but Clive, but that's where we need to have not a polarised, blinkered view of things. We need to look at the wider picture.
People don't.
Well, of course they don't, and that's precisely why we're clambering around trying to sort the problems out now.
Yeah.
The reality...
Well, people know these things. They know that it's related to some terrible foreign policy decisions, and they also know that it's related to a rather extreme, perverted view of a particular religion.
In response to those foreign policies. So what we need to do is we need to, as rational human beings, sit down and say, well, what is it that we are doing that propagates and encourages this ideology, this thinking, this very, very, harsh and extreme, to the extent where it's almost a fabrication of the religion. How do we prevent that? And I think we prevent that from ensuring that we are not seen as somebody who is just in it for ourselves, for our own interest, regardless of the lives, the mayhem, the misery that is caused. Now, I'm not saying...
But what's been done has been done.
Clive, I'm not saying for 1 second that somehow we are the worst at doing those things around the world. Of course, there are lots of countries out there who've done horrific things and are still doing horrific things.
Yes.
But I think when we're talking about our safety and our doorstep, I think it's very, very important to realise...
But even if we changed... the problem with it... I understand what you're saying, but the problem is we know about those mistakes. Most people would agree they were mistakes. But even if we had a totally, absolutely peaceful foreign policy that didn't affect anybody else in the world one way or the other, even if you had what we might dream up, the perfect kind of peaceful world foreign policy, terrorism wouldn't stop. and we wouldn't stop being a target.
Well, Clive, but we weren't a target, were we? 25 years ago, we never heard of Muslims on the rampage trying to kill innocent people and just targeting people randomly. And Muslims, my father came in 1956, Clive. This was unheard of. Muslims going out hurting people, just innocent people.
But I don't think it's going to stop because people are going to say, well, remember the Iraq War, remember this, remember that. And Clive, I don't think it's going to go away.
These things take time, Clive, and I think, as our foreign policy, hopefully in the future, is a little bit more fairer, and more inclusive of people, and doesn't cost the lives of so many people and their lives.
All right, I understand. Abbas, thank you very much.